The chase of the elusive mist in landscape photography is some of the most fun that you can have. The early morning get up, driving through the dark, not being quite sure if the mist is going to land on the spot that you wanted to. Are you going to get that amazing golden light after sunrise? These are things that we crave as landscape photographers and keep us getting out of bed at silly o'clock in the morning. Now, I've been out a couple of times this week photographing the mist with mixed results. Fortunately for you, I didn't video this shoot. I got clagged in just after sunrise with low cloud and it scuppered any chance of that amazing light. Undeterred, however, on a similar forecast, I got up again at 3:30 the next day and made the drive across the Lake District to now one of my favourite little patches of woodland, hoping for better results. Here's how I got on. Okay folks, so I'm having something of a bit of a frustrating morning. You know that feeling when you're just driving around chasing mist, and because you're chasing it, sorry, just trying to avoid a spider's web there. Because you're chasing it and you're not quite sure where you're going to end up shooting, you just end up chasing your tail a little bit. I've actually come back to the scene of one of my best shoots, I think, back in December when we had the hoarfrosts, and I thought this would be a good shout for the mist this morning. Now, driving around here, there's mist literally everywhere other than the spot I'm stood in. So I've just been doing laps of all these little country lanes here trying to find something that grabbed me, and it's basically zero visibility or no mist at all. So I've decided I'm just going to leave that. I'm going to come back to plan A, which is, as I said, this patch of woods that I shot in December, and I'm just going to hope that the mist kind of drifts my way. It's not looking too promising at the minute. There is mist literally 300 yards in front of me. I'll just I'll spin you around, you can see that, but it just happens to be not in the spot that I need it. So yeah, I'm just gonna have a little mosey around, see what grabs me. It's a very different scene here, obviously, to what I shot back in December, but just different really. Lots of different stuff to work with. So yeah, I'm gonna have a little look about and see what we can do. Ooh, I think it's starting to happen. I'll just turn you around. The mist is just starting to drift across my way. So you'll forgive me if headless chicken mode is engaged here a little bit, because once again, like the last time I was here, it's going to be very much a case of trying to sort of work off the cuff a little bit. I mean, the easiest thing to do would be to come back and shoot the same compositions that I shot last time. I may do that, but ideally I'd like to find something a bit different. So I'm going to leave you for a second and just get my head down and try and find something that works, because I suspect this is going to get very interesting very quickly. Right folks, I think I found something that works, or I quite like the look of it anyway. It's probably one of those that is more just to get you going into the shoot, although looking at the conditions and the fact that this mist might burn off at any time, I'm not sure if I'm going to have that luxury. So anyway, this shot, first thing that attracted me to it is these lovely cobwebs all around me here in the grasses, and this particular patch that I'm shooting towards is just being nicely lit up by the rising sun behind these trees here. So it's just picking out the light nicely, just glistening here off the morning dew. It's a really, really beautiful scene. And then we've got this stand of birches in front of it. I'm almost going to shoot this as a bit of a silhouette and really try to bring out those highlights in the grasses. I'm just going to wait for 5 minutes. I've taken a couple of test shots just to get the composition. It's one of those that I might play around a little bit with the crop. It may end up being more of a 16:9 crop, this, I think. But I'm just waiting for the light to kind of peak here and see if I can get a nice bit of glow on these cobwebs. But yeah, this isn't a bad start to this. I can see behind me that the mist is actually starting to thicken up where the hillside just drops down a little bit here. So yeah, it's going to be fun and games for about an hour here, I think. Okay, so now I think this is just about perfect. You can just see that lovely hint of glow just behind the trees there, and as I was mentioning earlier, it's just picking out these cobwebs that are on the ground nicely. I've got one little problem which I may have to just clone out. There's a tiny little twig coming into the frame on the left hand side. I don't know if you can sort of see it here. It's sort of somewhere over here anyway. I'm probably going to have to clone that out. I can't really find any way, no matter where I move, to try and get rid of it. So yeah, one of those things that I might just have to live with and clone it out. But anyway, this is looking pretty good. So here's the shot. Let me know what you think. Okay, I thought I was done for the day there, but I'll just spin you around. Look at this. How's about that? So I've just been working this scene here, just shooting lots of different variations. I think I'm pretty set on this one. I'll just show you on the back of the camera. I mean, look at the light there. The light is absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I'm a little iffy about this main tree in that it might be a little dominant, I don't know. But again, you've got this, well, we've now got this raking side light that's hitting these cobwebs at the base of the tree here, and they're absolutely superb to witness this. Hopefully I can do it justice, and the light's just picking out the leaves in the trees again. We've got just a hint of mist that's come back. As I say, I thought it was done now, but there's just a little bit of mist that's drifted back in the nick of time here, just to get one more composition. So I'm gonna take this one, and then I might have to put the video down because as I was saying in the last video, there's a good chance that you start missing stuff if you spend too much time on the video. So just to talk you through the sort of technical spiel of this composition, we're at about 50mm, yeah, something like that. Maybe about 60mm. Portrait this time, f8, focused on the main trunk. I might take another one at f8 on the background just in case I want to focus stack it. Not a big fan of focus stacking woodland scenes, to be honest. I quite like the background just to soften up and act as a backdrop, so I'll probably will go with that, but I'll shoot it anyway just to make sure I've got the option. But yeah, tough to beat this, tough to beat. Right, I'm going to wrap this one up here, I think. I've probably eked out everything I could there. I filmed a whole outro spiel earlier thinking it was done and dusted, and then we got a nice little flourish there at the end with a little bit more mist, which was nice, and hopefully I've managed to eke out a couple more compositions. It's been pretty quick fire this morning. Sometimes that's how it goes. You get 10-20 minutes here and there, and you've just got to do your best with it. This is still a pretty unfamiliar location to me, and I feel like when I come here I'm very much working off the cuff a little bit. So I guess the note to self there is to get over here a bit more and do some more recce. And it is a bit of a drive for me to get over here, but it's a fantastic little patch of woodland, and it's been great again this morning. I just want to say a quick thanks to everyone who commented on the last video. There was an absolute mountain of comments, pretty much all in agreement with what I was saying, which I'm not looking for total agreement of people. People are free to have their opinion on these things, but it was interesting to see just how many people seem to be hacked off with the way the YouTube algorithm works on here these days. But anyway, I've said my piece on it, done and dusted. Hopefully people took it in the, well, I wasn't aiming it at anyone, it was just more of me thinking aloud, but more as a sort of constructive discussion. I think it's easy sometimes for people just to not speak out on things like that, for fear of being labelled as negative or jealous or whatever it is, which of course if you've got half a brain and you've got some common sense, then you know you can listen to the person and see it for what it is. And the vast majority of people who commented seem to do that, which is obviously very good. But anyway, all positive going forward as we're moving into autumn now, so there'll be a lot of shooting from me. It's going to be a very busy time of year for me, like it is for every other landscape photographer. So yeah, really looking forward to getting going with autumn. So keep liking and subscribing, and I'll see you on the next one.